Good morning. My name's Amelia, and I wanted to talk today about life mastery. So this is part of a 30-day video challenge that I'm doing, and I decided last night that I wanted to give my videos more of a theme, more of a structure, and more of a target. So I'm going to be talking about life mastery and what that is, what I think it is, and then some of the foundational pieces to life mastery. So, a little about me. I'm an ordained minister, and I'm also a student at the National University of Natural Medicine, studying to be a naturopathic doctor. Of course, there's so many more skills and modalities and things that I've studied in there as well, but we'll save those for another video. So this video is an introduction to something that I've been playing with for a while, and this is the Life Mastery program, and it would be the art and science of infinite being. So this is bringing my years of personal experience, mastering my mind, mastering my emotions, as well as the years that I spent studying metaphysics and shamanism, energy medicine, and physics to come to some of the thoughts and ideas that I have that I'm going to share with you over the next 20 or so videos. So, life mastery, that whole idea and the name came from a book that I read years and years ago, and I don't remember who wrote it, but it's called Mastering the Game of Life. And it was a fairly old book, so it was written in the early 1900s by some of the foundational teachers of New Thought. And she talked about there's a square perfect happiness where you have health, wealth, love, and perfect self-expression. So for some reason this just stuck with me. And I wonder, there are certain areas in my life that I feel like I have more mastery over than others. And so I'm wondering, like, what areas of your life do you feel like you have more mastery than in other areas? So, for example, I feel like I have good mastery with my body. I communicate with my body very well, and it didn't just happen, it was a process. And it took some time because I actually used to be over 180 pounds, and I lost that weight through mastering my mind and mastering my emotions. And I can share more on that at another time. So many of you, like myself, may have studied spirituality, and you may have heard through religion or through some of your studies that we're spirit having a human experience, whereas I like to say we're infinite beings. So what the heck does that mean? And are you really tapping into your infinite capacities, or you as spirit in a human body? So my guess is probably not many of us are actually maximizing our capacities. You know, we're working towards that, and we're doing better and better every day at it. But what would it take to truly live from our infinite being, to truly live from our infinite capacities, where you know in every fiber of your being and every cell of your body that you are spirit, you are energy, and you have infinite capacity to receive, to know, perceive, and be. So you can be anything that's required, you can receive everything that's available, and you know what you have to do just by asking a question. So that's kind of what life mastery is about. Is it where can we be, how can we be, and what can we do, and what questions can we ask to live from our infinite capacities? Whew. So in what areas of your life do you feel more infinite? Do you feel more free than in other areas? And how can you transpose that beingness in one area into your beingness of another area where you'd like to have more mastery? And this is what I desire. This is what I play with every day. And it's taking time. And I feel like there are multiple areas in my life where I'm gaining mastery more and more every day. So part of the life mastery is having the power and the potency to change anything in your life that is not working, that is not total ease, joy, and glory for you. And the other night, I totally felt that. I knew that. I was like, wow, if I can change this, I can change anything. And it's something that I've been working on for about a year that just hadn't been fluctuating, hadn't been changing, and just one day I was like, okay, this has got to change now, and I put all of my focus and all of my attention. It was the only goal in my reality at that point in time, and that was the only focus in that I had. And I used all of my power and potency to look at that, to ask questions, to really examine what was going on, and um, and it shifted. So how does it get any better than that? So do you feel like you have the power and the potency to change anything in your life that's not working for you? Anything in your life that is not ease, joy, and glory? And if not, what can you be, and who can you be, and what can you do to feel like you have that power and potency? And how can we reflect that out into the world to change what's not working on the planet? So this is also part of life mastery. It's working on our inner terrain and exploring the different layers of our being and the different beliefs and points of view that we have, and how can we shift what's in us and shift how we respond and react to that in the world that's not working, or that we feel isn't working, or that could work better for more people. So that's the other piece of life mastery. And also, the other bit of life mastery is life is a game, and it's meant to be played. And are you playing the game of life, or is it playing you? And what would it take to see life as a game and to play that game with mastery, to have fun in every bit that you do? So for example, when I play a game, or when I take on something that I love, I take it full out. I take it to the full tilt of my capacities. Horseback riding, for example, or equestrian games. I was so in love with horses as a kid. You could pretty much say I was obsessed. I had Breyer horses, My Little Ponies. I had fantasy fillies. I don't know if anybody remembers the fantasy fillies, but I had those too. And I also read all the horsey books, the Black Stallion, the Marguerite Henry books, just about anything I could get my hands on that was horse related. I was reading it or playing with it. And I studied horses too. I studied breeds. I took this big book of horse breeds, and I copied multiple pages out of this book. I just copied everything that I could, and that cemented the information about the different breeds into my head. And so now it's pretty much rote information. Like, I know it as well as I know the back of my hand, because I poured over this book. And then I studied, and then as I grew up, I started studying the more intricacies of horses, how to care for them, how to ride them, how to train them. And each one of those pieces I took fully in, and I sought to master them. And so in high school, I studied horse judging in FFA, and I was #1 at state because I knew the conformation of a horse and how to judge that as ideal. And then horse training, I worked with the horse that I had, and I trained him to the best of my capacities, and I won the Dad Potter Award in Country Fair because I took it to full tilt, and nobody had won that award in 32 years in my county. And then in college, I took it to the next step. I was on the equestrian team, and I went to practice every day. I did everything that I was told. I pushed myself to my capacity, and I had a streak of wins in first place, and I made it to state, because I pushed it, and I maximized, and I mastered myself, my mind, and my body to excel at what I love to do. So do you have this drive in you somewhere? In what place, in what area of life, what expertise do you have that you push yourself to win, to explore all the details, all the fineries, all the pieces? What areas do you love? What areas are you obsessed about that just drive you to excel? And how can you apply that to life? And how can you apply that to other areas of your life that you would like to be masterful at? So that's the question at Life Mastery. And in the next couple of videos, I'm going to share some of the tools and techniques and just foundational pieces that you can start to use to implement these pieces of life mastery into all areas of your life, so that it's not just one tower of excellence that you have, but you have towers of excellence in every area of your life, in health, in wealth, in love, and perfect self-expression. So thank you so much for watching. That's all I have for today about life mastery. And what questions do you have about life mastery? What areas would you like assistance in? Feel free to let me know and I will explore those. Thanks again for watching and have a beautiful day.